Hey there everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris Ormy, and today we're going for race 2 of Motorsport Manager Season 2 in the ERS with ZRT Autosport. Now, practice didn't really go great for us, well off the pace, not that happy, but okay, we're being outrun by a lot of medium tyres. It was a little bit of an interrupted session, though I think we could have done better towards the end of the session, except it was raining, so we couldn't really complete on our soft tyres. You see here, Cruz will start now in 10th place, Valdez behind in 16th, so that's kind of where we are. Now, great setups again. I'm going to walk you through a little bit of what went on. So we started here, fairly normal handling. We knew we needed high downforce, so we threw that in there, and a little bit of acceleration. We got that bang on. Just by moving the angles up, we got that right. We got great on the downforce. We didn't mess with anything else, but we knew we had to with good. So I decided, let's jump in a little bit then to understeer and see if that's the way to go. If not, we can always go to oversteer. It was understeer, however, I only noticed the rain as both cars had just exited the pit lane. I think Cruz came out second, he was on the exit of the pit lane. Valdez was going around the first corner. So immediately pulled them both in, put on intermediates, and I got the feedback, of course, about the setup. And I wasn't going to run Valdez, but we needed race trim level 2 at least, so he went out for another lap there just for the sake of it. So that's kind of what we're going for. Going to start on the soft laps because there are no rain issues, I don't think. Again, one lap less with Valdez. He's going to be pitting first. This setup pretty much similar, except we didn't go enough on downforce. Cruz wanted even more, so started off poorly. The handling was okay, that went into great, I was happy there, and good speed balance. So again, just moving up, exactly the same setup in the first, but then we went higher on the front wings, pushed the gear ratio up as well, and well, that was the wrong way. This is why I say you can always know. This was also the aborted lap. Then on the intermediates, I made the changes and bang, we're at absolutely fantastic level. I wanted to get him in straight away just to get this feedback in case I needed to tweak even more. We didn't, so I sent him out. He couldn't get another lap in, and on intermediates it wouldn't have been fast anyway, so there was no point in really struggling through practice. It's just to get this set up, and we have managed to do that very, very well. So full tyres, 7 laps of fuel, and that's why, I was really happy even with the rain. Now, one thing the rain does allow us to do, sadly, with Valdez, it's soft tyres only getting a 5% boost. He does get the race trim, though, 10% boost. Cruz, we have other options. So, we forgo the soft tyres, which isn't a huge bonus. We keep the race trim, because that's quite good. I was tempted here by the super softs. And if we'd only got race trim level 1, I would have gone light-footed super softs, but I think Pit Stop Legend is going to be fantastic because he's got a 26% on fast pit stops. If he was paired up with the other mechanic, that would go down to 11% fast pit stops, and they would be a second even quicker. Now, that to me is really tempting. So we're going to try out Pit Stop Legend and save ourselves basically 2 seconds across the race there for our 2 pit stops, and we're just going to see how that works out. So maybe I'm better going elsewhere, but that's what we're going to set up. Of course, attack, overtake off the line, 7th or above, 600,000 to get. Now I'm pretty confident we can finish in those positions at this stage. So as I say, we're in decent positions on the grid, 10th and 16th. Let me adjust my camera. Get up to Cruz. Zoom out a tad. And that's the view I want to see. So, not really great racers in front of her. Calvacanti's there. She's decent. Then in and amongst us and behind us are the good racers, good cars. So we're going to see how this goes. 6 and 7 laps worth of fuel. Cruz with a decent start. Valdez not the best. Not the best at all. So let's see what we can do in this race. So we're only looking as normal. Only looking at 7th and above right now. We don't need to go crazy. And Cruz is up into 7th, up into 6th, down into 8th, back into 6th. Having an absolute whale of a time there. So some people starting to take their foot off the gas a little bit. Valdez down the back of the pack. He should have decent pace, but he's not really making it count. So before the tyres get too hot, we're going to drop down to high. We're going to stay on overtake though, because we are close there. And we're going to go push high on Valdez. So down to 19th, but still decent. He's making a little bit of progress. Cruz up into 6th, and that's what we want to see. We need to be running quite well up near the front and making it count. So, yeah, that's okay. I was thinking then the fuel are going to overlap too much, but really, we're around half a lap of fuel more in Cruz, and he's half a lap ahead. So, yeah, no, yes. Oh, actually, I think that kind of equalizes out, doesn't it? Maybe. I don't know. Ooh, interesting. But we're going to go up here then on high fuel and drop Cruz down to medium, because we do want to extend him out a little bit longer. We're running quite well at this point, so let's save on some fuel like other people are as well. So we're definitely pitting on this lap with Valdez. Let's put a new set of slicks on him. Let's jump up there. Parts are gonna be dodgy, but we're gonna see what happens, and we're gonna be okay there. So Valdez is gonna have to make it through here okay, and he'll fuel up. And yeah, then Cruz comes through on his lap. So, in you go, Valdez. In you go. Don't worry about saving the tyres, because we've got fresh to give. So 7 laps of fuel there then for Cruz. A little bit better on parts, but not by much. But, you know, just that little bit of work we did. Again, we're going to go on fast and hope that works out for us. So 0.8. So we're going to throw the tyres to the wind here a little bit and see what Cruz can do up in there. Let's see. Good. 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 Yes. Excellent. Half a lap worth of fuel. We're going to keep an eye on this. So 16th place and a lot of traffic ahead of Valdez. And then into overtake mode to come into the pits. And let's see how this works out. Excellent stuff. So push and overtake, I guess. Overtake for now, just to try and make sure that we can get up there. So into 3rd place, not too bad at all. The first pit stop works out there for Cruz. Happy enough to see that. Now I think we need to back off onto push. Keep the fuel running quite high on both these cars for the moment. Maybe go on to high with Cruz and just settle into 3rd, because we could make up more time again on the next pit stop. So I'm fairly happy with how we're running now. This should make it through to lap 12. And this should make it through to laps 13. Parts 22, 27. Cruz is in better position. So, hoping Valdez can just keep his car going. And he's in the midst of all that traffic, so we're going to stick on overtake mode, just see if he can get through over the next couple of laps. So, yeah, I get that. Go down to neutral then, try and cool those tyres off, get them back into a good position. If not, if they're not going to cool down, yeah, I know that sucks, 15% there, not so great here either. No, I know, Cruz, I know, believe me, I do know. I mean, you're not running so good, Valdez, you're not running so good at this point. Let's think. I mean, really, I want one more lap out of you. So if you can cool down here, because we're not going to be able to fuel to get you to the end of the race and still push. So, let's go. No, I can't go one more lap. You're absolutely wrecked, aren't you? You're absolutely wrecked. So, we're going to have to refuel up to 7 laps then. Fix those 2 parts. And we'll come out near the back of the grid and you can just relax at that point. Whereas right now, Cruz running in second. He's right behind the leader. Right behind the leader. So let's go down to neutral. And overtake, because he's coming in once he crosses the finish line. Mistake there on the... I know. Calm down. So you're going to go on medium and push and just try and eke out as much as you can there. Sorry, Valdez, not the best at all, but that's just what you're going to have to deal with, I'm afraid. And then Cruz is coming in on this lap onto softs. That's going to give him an extra lap worth of fuel, which is what we need. I'm going to fix that and risk the engine 5 laps. Oh. We're going to risk the engine. Why not? Why not? So, we're going to push the car on high there with Cruz. Kind of try and coast through a little bit there. We've lapped 1 car. We're coming into the pits. Now absolutely go through like a beast. We're going to hold off a little bit there. Onto high now then. And really, let's go and overtake. Let's see if we can win some points back. Cruz comes out and will be absolutely flying. He can go to the end of the race. So can Valdez. We are pushing the tyres and we are pushing the car to the limit. Cruz has a couple of dodgy places, but he is up into second place right now. Try not to make some mistakes, but do push on and see what you can do for me. 4 more laps remaining. Valdez sitting down in 17th on a faster tyre and absolutely pelting through, hopefully gonna get himself into a good position. I think he's okay on fuel. I need to keep an eye on that. He's up into 14th. Cruz is still running second, a decent gap to third. First, however, Almeida looks as if they are kind of running away with it. 15% on the engine. I know. No. Please don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. I'm watching the fuel. I mean, yeah, you got no... Yeah, churn through the tires. You got no bloody thing anyway. So I need this to stay high. I can't let this go down. And I need to watch the fuel here. So let's go on to medium. Medium. Because third and fourth battling might take them out of it a little bit. and that'll put us in a really, really good position. So, let's see what we can do here. Can Valdez improve? Cruz is on his last lap, and it's pushing high. Valdez goes up to 11th. Now he's out of fuel. Looks like I messed up him a little bit. But a second place with Cruz. We could have gone for the 4th or above. We could have gone for the 4th above, but we had to really micromanage that. We took the eye off the ball with Valdez. Looks like he's still going to settle in there, though. He's still going to settle in 14th. Cruz laps round him as we switch views. Liao there gets 13. Mayo and Cavalcanti will finish behind. Maybe 10th place would have been fair on Valdez. He was running quite well towards the end of that race. We had to fix a lot. We had to really sort of push. We messed up the fuel a tiny bit there. So, Valdez finishes down in 14th. But a second place for Lisandro Cruz nets us a great position, great finish, and good points total. We're not breaking any rules, so that is absolutely fine. And unfortunately, Almeida did not break any rules. He jumps up there. He gets fastest lap as well. Valdez holds on to his place as well. So, Almeida of Eastwood in first place, Firebirds John Satir into third, and Cruz of ZRT into second. So he now jumps up into 6th place. Rico Asato, she's up in 5th at the moment, but very, very close. Those two could be teammates next year if I get my way. I'm really, really hoping that we can, but Valdez is running okay, and that should just about put us near the top. I think Eastwood just ahead of us. Eastwood just ahead of us. Garuda there up into first with that win. Yeah. With that good performance. Garuda there doing quite well. So we're just below where we told the chairman we would be. And that's not a good position to be in. So, kind of hoping that things pick up. Kind of messed up on the fuel for the first race on Cruz's car. Second race, took my eye off Valdez's because I was so worried about Cruz's engine. I was so worried. So you can see though, his morale keeps going up. We're really doing okay there. A little bit of happiness down, but the chairman's going to be fairly happy all season if we're in that position. We're making a little bit of money. That's what we like to see. Making money, stocking cash away for the next season's car, and that puts us in a good position. So, the mail here, car condition, podium. Once again, Lisandro Cruz gets his morale up a little bit. Car repair will be complete. Excellent. And sponsors, of course. We need to pick out new sponsors. So, out of these 4 races, okay, that's decent. That's decent. But that's much, much better. Are you kidding me? 12 races. Yeah, no. It's going to be Jogo Games. We missed out on one for this, but I think that's a great sponsor to have. And look at this. This is quite decent. 14 races, $500,000 a race, plus 500,000 up front. That's a good deal. That is a good deal. Hypertech, slightly better than Old George. It lasts longer, but it's a better deal anyway. So, keeps us tied in, and that's what we want to see. So, 500,000 there. We've got 300,000 there, so that's 8 and 400 there. So 1.2 per race from fixed payments. If we can finish 4th or above, we get 800,000. First would give us 1.5 and 600,000 if we manage 7th or above. So United Kingdom, it's worth doing that for the safety net because we'll almost get as much as winning the race, but we only need to finish 7th. So that would be quite decent. However, it is a while there till we hit Guildford, so not too worried. 6 days there for that. We're not going to be able to improve those parts until that's kind of dealt with. So let's see what the Beijing results are like then in the WMC. Round 3, of course, there's more races there. So Zoe Sharp again. Not a great run in the first one. I think she came 6th or so in the first, but she's won back-to-back races to leap to the top there. Interesting to see that. Gearbox has been finished. That's what we like to see, guys. That's what we like to see. Look at that gearbox. Oh, yes. Click, click. Valdez gets a better car. Lissandro gets a better car. That's what we want to see. That is indeed what we want to see. And now we want to throw so much at that. Maybe at that too, but nah, suspension, I mean, we'll just replace it on Valdez's car. But 60, if we can get that up to 60, that would be good. And then everything is 60 or above. Absolutely fantastic. 6 million still in the bank. We're not really hurting ourselves on that. So I'm fairly happy here. I'm fairly happy. So let's make sure these parts get fitted and get things up. Interview, okay. Track vote. Yeah, I'd like to see Yokohama. Why not? There's always a sliver of doubt, but I don't know. I'd like to see a new track. Kind of ramp things up a little bit. Let's change things. So, okay, we're going to meet to see what happens here. So the new vote has started. Let's see. It will not benefit us. But a lot of teams will probably vote for this. So I'm going to abstain because I think it's going to be very hard to vote this down. So, I don't know. I don't think it'd be bad to have Yokohama, to be fair. I don't think that would be bad. And we might not be here if we won this this competition and moved up to the next level. So let's abstain, get our vote for something that we think is actually gonna matter. So we'll see how close this was. I don't expect any more votes against. I think 4 would be the absolute most votes against. And now you can see 5 votes for, and there's the 6th. So we could not have voted that down. We couldn't have even come close. And there we go. So Yokohama will be joining the tour schedule for next season. We're going to head to Milan next race. We've got to get through these race events first and see what happens. Again, Zoe Sharp. Look at that. 3 wins in a row. Absolutely storming through. So 6th place and then a hat-trick of wins. She's really doing quite well. Surikov, not too bad either, up into 3rd. And that puts Panther in a commanding lead early. That is outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. So where's Vexala? Then we've got Antonov is down in 17th. Varnanen in 12th with a single point. So they got 1 point. McNeil running away at this point with some good ones. It looks like the Graf actually dropped down a division into Asia Pacific. So, oh, we'd love to get him. We would love to get him. But yeah, we are below target at the moment. Let's go have a look where our parts are. 91%. Gotta love it. Got to love it. So, we'll try and get that done as much as possible. And yeah, I think that puts us in pretty good position on Valdez's car once that gets a little bit more reliability. So I'm going to go up into fourth now. I think that we've proven we probably should have got a podium in the first race. We got second in the second. And, you know, Valdez ran well in the first race. I kind of messed up on him on the second. So I think top four is definitely doable. So let's go for the extra money there, 800,000. We're going to keep off that a little bit now, off the first place. Cruz has got 71 reliability, 63 on the engine. The wings are stock. We're up to 91 now on a good gearbox and 61 on suspension. So we really need to improve the reliability of that suspension and that engine after this race. So that is going to be, yeah, I think that's going to be my way forward. That, because we're going to give that suspension to Valdez anyway. So yeah, let's put those in then. That'll give us some good reliability, hopefully. And yeah, that puts us in quite a nice position, I think. Like I say, that car then will be running quite well for Valdez. A new suspension which we can improve reliability on, which means we don't need to get this suspension's reliability up because Valdez will be on this one. So that'll be okay. And then we run a new engine, give Valdez this one, and get the new engine on for Cruz. So let's take a quick look at that then. A new engine would be pretty good. Okay, so 179, that would be a nice little jump up there. And suspension. What's our current suspension? What was that? 128, 135. So 147 there. Oh, I really want that as well. I mean, that would be nice to take into next season. Probably, I wouldn't even put that risk level on it. I'd probably put it on that one. So those two for a risky part to take through maybe to next season. But for this season, to give to Cruz, either we can go up there or we can go even more on max performance, which I think is probably the way to do it. So, yeah, suspension would be nice. There'd be a decent jump as well on the engine. What could we take through? Top speed 25 is probably the best there. That's probably the best. And then we can... reliability up. So top speed 25 there. And reliability up. I think that would be the one. So again, it would be a little risky, but we could take that through into next season with us. I'll be fairly happy with that, to be fair. So Cruz has got a good setup. We need to improve reliability still on a couple of the parts. Get them over 70. And then I'll be fairly happy with reliability on that set of parts. Like I say, we'll get a new set of parts out to improve Cruz's engine and suspension and dump these ones off onto Valdez. And then we should be in good, really good performance. So, not bad at the moment. Not bad at all. We're still a pretty poor car, but that doesn't matter. We know that. We do know that. So the factory, 8 million, I think we might have to wait until we get a bit more money in the bank for that. So, that's where we're going to leave it. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, hit that like button as usual. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any content. And follow me on Twitter for latest news, giveaways, and other goodies. So, at Chris Orme, that's me. I'm signing out. We're going for Milan. We're going to try and finish 4th or above, get another podium, and see how that works out. So overall, I'm really hoping that this is the season we can really start to excel, improve the car, jump up into the Asia Pacific Super Cup, and really put ourselves in a position where we can compete at that level as we improve our headquarters. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you back here for a bit of fun in Italy.